Hi, I'm Katharyne Shelton from Treasure Hunting. I just wanted to talk about condition guidelines on Amazon because a couple of nights ago I got an email from Amazon and it kind of ruined my Saturday night because it looked like a policy violation. It said, "Your offer has been blocked on Amazon." And this was an item I just sent in to Amazon FBA. It was a printer doc. And it was new, but the box had some damage. It had labels and stickers that had been removed. So the box had some tearing, but it was effectively sealed and brand new in the box. Now, there's a bit of a problem there's two problems on Amazon. You've got one problem, which is overgrading. You've got a lot of people who will take a new item with damage on the box, and they'll say it's a new item. People don't care about the packaging. You're buying what's in the box. Now, common sense says that might really be true, especially for a lot of items, like especially boring things like printer docs. A lot of people wouldn't care what the box looked like. They just want the item, and as long as the item has never been used, they would consider that new. However, Amazon guidelines are really, really clear. They say if you sell a product as new, then the box has to be pristine. It says all the packaging must be original and pristine. And those guidelines are actually the same for selling an item as like new as well. So if you have an item that is brand new but has damaged box, you probably shouldn't be selling it as new or like new. So this is always my logic. I always try and undergrade, and I'll sell an item that's in that condition as very good, and I will explain the condition of the item. Now, the other problem that comes up is that Amazon don't like you selling new items as used. And the reason for this is some products, especially in some categories like DVDs, the manufacturers have banned sellers from selling those items new. They don't want unauthorized third-party sellers selling them, maybe because of warranty issues, maybe they're protecting their brand. Whatever reason, they don't want those items being resold as new. But sellers are allowed to sell them if they're in used condition. So say you have a DVD that's banned from being sold new. If you've watched that DVD, you're allowed to sell it as a used item. But some people try and get around the rules by saying, I've got this DVD, it's effectively sealed and new, but I'm selling it as very good just to get around those conditions. That's a really, really bad idea, and Amazon come down hard on that because that's subverting their guidelines, that's subverting the condition guidelines and the block that they've put on against doing that, against selling the item new. You are effectively selling a new item and you're just like, shh, don't tell anyone, but this is actually a new item. I'm just pretending it's very good. So you can't do that. So I got into trouble. I fell foul of this, and I had a bit of a fright on Saturday night when I got an email. And let me see if I can tell you what that email said. It just said your item has been blocked because the condition notes didn't match the condition that you said. So the problem is you can't actually, it's very difficult to get to see your condition notes once the item's been blocked. And I didn't want to unblock it because it said if you continue to try to sell this item and you continue doing what you've done, that will be considered a policy violation. We all know that policy violations are really not a good thing to get anywhere near on Amazon. We don't want to get policy violations. So I emailed seller support and I said, okay, look, what's going on here? This is what the product was. I'm fairly sure I put my condition notes very accurately. I said, this is an unused product, but the box has some damage, and I put the condition very good. So I emailed Amazon to ask them, what do you do when you have an item that's brand new in the box, but the box is damaged? And I showed them the condition guidelines. I pointed that out to them and said, look, the new and like new, I can't sell it in those conditions because the box is damaged, and it clearly says for new and like new, it must be in pristine condition. And used very good says the item has been lightly used. but the product hasn't been used. It's never been opened. What do you do? It's like a black hole. So I sent them seller support, a very, very polite email. And at first they replied and just said, don't worry, this is just an alert. And not to worry, it's because your condition notes, this is what I put in my condition notes. I put still sealed and unopened / unused, but box has some surface damage from stickers and shelfware. So I thought I was fine. I didn't use the word new. I didn't say it's like new. I said it's still sealed and unopened / unused. So my first email from Amazon, I asked them what was going on with this, and they said the problem came up because I used the word unused. And apparently they have a robot that search through item condition guidelines, and if you use the words never used or unused in a used item, their robots pick that up as a contradiction because you're selling a used item, but you're saying it's never been used. But this is where you're in this black hole because you can't sell it as new either. So the seller support assistant asked me to relist it. He said, go ahead, unblock it, relist it, but take out the word unused. Okay, so I sent back another email because I wanted to clarify a couple of things because I was still a little bit nervous about just going ahead and unblocking that because after all, they said if I just unblock it and relist it and continue making mistakes in this vein, I could be looking at policy violation, and that I really don't want to happen. So I asked the guy two questions. The first thing I asked him, let me find my email to him here. The first thing I asked him, does this have an effect on my account or count as a policy violation? And he said, answer, this will not have any effect on your account. Please be rest assured that this in no way reflects your fault and it was just an alert. Phew. So that was good news. So if you do make this mistake and you're not being malicious or trying to subvert the guidelines and trying to list a new product as used to get around a ban on selling new products, you should be fine if they see it as an honest mistake. It's just basically a robot trawling your listing and blocking it. The second thing I asked him, because I wanted to get some clarity on this whole black hole issue, how do you list a new item in a damaged box? This is what I asked him. How should I grade and describe an item that is effectively new, sealed, unused, but it has a damaged box? The condition guidelines state for new or like new, the packaging must be pristine. What would be the ideal way to list such an item to be within Amazon policy? So this is the official response from Amazon. This is what seller support told me. Answer. I will suggest you keep this product under used like new. I question that because we know used like new, the policy guidelines say pristine packaging. But he says keep this product under used like new or used very good as it only has a damaged box. You can state something like this. So he gives me a very specific example. Still sealed and unopened, but the box has some surface damage from stickers and shelfware. Okay, so that's the official word from Amazon. We can use the word sealed, we can use the word unopened, but you can't use the word unused or never used, and you can't say new or like new in your condition. So, I don't know, I guess keep undergrading, because if you overgrade, that's a policy violation, and also it's a really clear way to negative feedback and customers complaining to Amazon. So if you have a new product in a damaged box, please don't list it as new. My advice is always take a picture of it. Take a picture of it, list it as very good or like new, and include a picture and say, look, it's never been opened. You can't say never been used. Never been opened, it's still sealed, here's the box, there's a small tear in the shrink wrap and there's a scuff or a ding on one corner. And if you take a picture of it and show it, your listing will stand out and it will close that price gap between like new and new. because there usually is a price gap, especially in toys, like board games. There's always this huge leap in price between new and like new, and in books as well. So taking a picture is a really good way to stand out from all the other used sellers and say, hey, I'm saying used like new, this really is like new. So that's my advice on that. Continue to undergrade. Don't be tempted to list new products that are damaged boxes. Don't list them as new. That's clearly against the policy. But also, be careful. Don't be listing things as very good and then say they're never used, because it fits into that black hole. You can't say it's used and then say it's never been used. Amazon's robots will not let you say that. So that's the workaround. Sealed, unopened are the magic words that are okay to use. Alright, that's my little snippet on condition guidelines, learnt from painful experience and scary emails on Saturday nights that I really didn't need to get. And hopefully sharing this with you has given a little bit of clarity, because I feel like Amazon's policy guidelines are not as clear as they could be. I mean, eBay has new with defects as a condition, and that to me makes some sense, because then you know, okay, it's never been used, but there's a problem with it. Let me see what the problem is. I kind of like new with defects. I wish Amazon would do that, but that's just my little voice there. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. Come and join our Facebook group. It's a lot of fun. It's facebook.com/groups/Katharyne Treasure, or watch me on Spreecast every Saturday at 5 p.m. That's PST. You can come and join and chat and hang out and talk in the chat room. Everyone to do with treasure hunting is a lot of fun, very kind people, very generous with their advice and their wisdom, and it's a lot of fun. It's a fun group where we all share our yard sale hauls, our thrift shop hauls, whatever we've found each week. So do come and join us. Alright, well, have a great week. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!